women. It looks like a purikura now. Okay.
Hey.
Hi. Flash.
Hey, there's an
photography
app that's been going around Instagram.
MIDI.
Have you
The
tried
T
it?
app.
Wait, you tried that,
Yep.
didn't you?
Yes,
That's
I
so
did.
scary.
I look fabulous. Red Entertainment, what's up, guys? My name is Akasan, looking like a Purikura henchman here.
Hey, Super Cruise DC son. How you guys doing?
What do they call it in English? Sticker club? No, sticker photo? Purikura.
Believe it or not, I don't know. I've only heard
Sticker
it
club?
in
Like-
Japanese.
Sticker seal.
Because
maybe
it's
something like
pretty cure.
Purikura, yeah.
Purikura, what, sticker club? I don't know.
I don't know. Homegirls, let us know, because obviously the men have no idea. I think it's called like Seal Club or something like that. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that Japan stuff, although maybe tomorrow we'll be doing a lot of Japan treats and stuff. Kelly will be coming over.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh yes, Pocky. Or
No,
Pretz.
this one,
Pretz, tomato
But
Pretz.
Pocky is awesome also.
Pocky is great.
They've got flavors that are just amazing, like the matcha flavor.
Alright,
Bellissimo.
first and foremost.
Yes, what's up?
You were not here last week.
No,
but
I wasn't
you did
here
catch
last
up
week
on-
because I was in the middle of filming.
I'll be fair, I don't... Were you film? Or are you able to say what you were filming?
I was in the middle... Well,
Movie or commercial?
both.
Oh.
So I was filming some pickup shots for a movie that I previously shot that'll be coming out this year. And then the end of it, different studio, started on a portion of commercial that I'll actually be picking up the second half of tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So not SoftBank related then.
The second one, yes.
Okay.
SoftBank related.
Yes. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Justin Bieber is in town. Wait.
Yeah, he
Bieber.
was.
Bieber. Is he still here or he's gone already?
Gone. But
Oh, okay.
for the most part, for those who don't know, Justin Bieber did sign over to SoftBank. So usually SoftBank has... SoftBank no minasan konnichiwa. 明日の撮影よろしく. So anyways, what usually happens, they'll have like an artist or a
Sponsor,
actor or
right.
actress that comes in from outside
Right.
for one category or one corner, as they call
Right.
it here. Then they have the family corner, and then they have like the shohin or new item corner. So any type of marketing merchandise they have. So in this case, we had SMAP at one point, Cameron Diaz and Brad Pitt now using Mr.
The
Bieber.
Biebs. All right.
Senor Bieber.
So the main point I was going to say is, so
Yes.
I vaguely remember what happened on last week's Flash. I mean, it was still good, but it was the
Last week's
female
Flash
vibe.
was a little... It was a soft episode, and the reason I say a soft episode because it didn't really grab me like the one before.
Right.
It was a good episode, and finally it was nice to see some light being shined on Cisco's character and seeing him actually use his powers.
Right.
Not spoiler.
Right.
Sorry.
No, it was cool. It was cool, and we saw development with
Yes.
Cisco as well. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was actually good. Like, he's fairly growing on me. It kind of sucks that we're not really seeing him much as the scientist anymore, sort of inventor type of deal.
Yeah.
But also the villains and the characters this season haven't really called for anything much.
No, because the main... and I know someone's going to get mad at me for saying this, but it seems like the main villain of this season is Barry.
Oh, because of his choices.
Yes.
Okay, I can see where people would see that as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're
And I
not
can see
a
why
god,
people
Barry, all that,
be
right?
upset because I said that, but it's not to be harmful to anyone. But it's like the biggest villain is himself because of the timeline, the time stream, and trying to change things.
It's funny you mentioned that though, because almost every episode nowadays, I keep thinking to myself of like when your arch nemesis. They had a picture of Reverse Flash, Zoom, and Savitar, and it was just like when your arch nemesis says it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it. Like the timeline. Don't change the timeline, or don't do it. Zoom is like, don't do it, and it like even God tells you don't fucking do it, and then they show Barry, I'ma do it.
Yeah. It's funny. That, or there's another meme that's up. It's got
With
like
the iris?
Wally West, Zoom, Reverse Flash, and it goes, "I'm the fastest man alive," and they all have this smug look on their face, like, "Really, Barry?"
Right,
that's messed up.
Right.
That's messed up.
I could see that. So that Flash part was good, but the thing that grabbed me last week was by far Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow was actually, it's like the Flash episode and Legends episode swap places.
Swap?
Because the intensity, the action was more heavy on the Legends side than it was on this side.
However, to be fair, though, in my opinion, the way I looked at that Legends of Tomorrow episode was it was more or less of a Legends episode and more of a Legion of Doom spin-off type of story.
Which would be kind of cool if they ever decided to do a Legion of Doom TV series.
Oh, that'd be great. I would watch the shit out of that.
I would watch it just because it's dealing with the villains. And I get to see from, especially if they spin it in the way where it's like the villains are, they're bad, but, you know, they have a good place, or they're out to do something. Because most of the rogues, they don't kill people.
Right.
They actually have
That'd be actually pretty cool. Yo, Mark, if you're listening, Legion of Doom, that would actually be a pretty damn cool show, because it feels, to me, that feels like that's exactly what DC wanted to do with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so why not do it in a TV?
Right, in a TV format, instead, like, just a little mini-series, like, give us a six episode type story or something. I'd be so down for...
Go for 8.
8? Go for 8.
Because the first episode, the first 1 or 2 usually is the season premiere.
Okay.
So then consider the last 6 stories.
I'd be so down for something like that. The only thing is, I wonder if it takes away the... because you start to enjoy the villains more.
So?
So, when the time comes for them to actually fight each other...
that's even better.
Like the heroes and the villains, you don't really see it them as pure black and white bad guys anymore.
Well, that doesn't mean that they have to make them, you know, very clean. I like the idea that you would have the villains, and you have a lot of fans out there that do like the storylines of villains, because it makes it more interesting.
Okay, here's what I'll give you then. Then it's more or less then they would need to do the Legion of Doom, but not like you could obviously you don't want, like, you want the baddest of the bad need to stay out of the Legion of Doom. I'm talking about like Zoom, Savitar.
No, that's no fun.
But that's the point, because once you start to humanize them a little too much and you start to emphasize with them or become empathetic with them, you don't really want to see Green Arrow or Flash beat the shit out of these bad guys, because there isn't a clean victory anymore.
There isn't, but also look at, on the opposite side, the shows that we're watching, how many times do the villains get away from something really silly?
Okay.
Like when he was fighting Prometheus, what happened?
Right.
He stopped mid-fight.
I hate that.
He stopped mid-fight.
I hate that, yeah.
And it's like, oh, are you okay?
Right.
And it's like completely forgets that the bad guy's here.
I really hate that
pointing an arrow at him.
Well,
and then after he picks her up, you all right? Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, where'd they go? Oh, he got away.
Sorry, guys, we got a little distracted.
Sorry about that.
Sidetrack. We were like, just start the fucking reaction.
Yeah,
anyway, let me know what you guys think about that. A Legion of Doom spin-off episode was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, having a mini-series is based on the bad guys would be kind of cool. They could end the episodes where it's kind of gray area.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about the...
Right.
The limit, but
it's the same problem you have like with Harley Quinn. Like, I like Harley Quinn, but I don't really see her much as a bad guy so often anymore, because of the fact that we're really into her now. So I don't want to see Batman beat the shit out of Harley, punch her in the mouth and shit.
No, but Batman being on TV would be interesting, because I think they try and pull away from it.
That's a story for another day, because I would not like
more Robin or Nightwing as opposed to Batman.
I'm a little too worried about a CW Batman. I don't want them to... That's a whole other thing.
Batman being in the cinema, I think, is better.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, let's get into it. Your latest episode of The Flash. This is episode
12?
I think it's episode 12.
Yeah.
Let's get into it now. Motherfucker.
Need new batteries? Oh, okay, there you go.
I did. Oh, this is cool. What's this?
This is the starting line to our race. Okay. First, I'm gonna make you eat my dust. I'm sorry.
Looking a little tight.
You know there is a reason they call me the fastest man alive.
Oh God, here we go.
Really? Let's go.
Yellow banana.
In
Barry.
this situation, are we
We're betting? Yeah, no, I'm in.
500 yen, Barry.
HR, you put your life in my
Are you
hands.
betting?
I know for a
You
fact
betting?
you like how
No?
much you win.
No?
Wow,
Alright. Alright, I will do a reaction to Arrow
Guys, we're ready.
All right.
if Barry
All bets are in,
loses.
and may the odds be
And
ever
have
in
a
favor.
clean loss. A clean loss.
Get set. Go.
Come on, Barry. I don't want to edit that shit.
At the first marker, 1/3 of the way in, Flash is in the lead, or is that Kid Flash?
Kid Flash. Come on, little Joe from Kokomo. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Come on, Wallace, down the lane.
I think he's done this before.
Yeah, he definitely sounds like a game.
Oh, second marker, Wally's in the lead.
Yeah, Wallace. That's my boy.
You mean that's my boy?
That's your boy. Serious? Serious has a heart attack, Rich.
Guys, they're neck and neck. And almost at the finish line.
Nah, Barry's
Yeah.
toy with him.
Yeah,
There's no fucking way. He's just trying to. He's got. If Barry lets him win, it doesn't count.
Wally will be like,
Yes.
he's gonna tell him, had you gone through, you may have won, but you went up and over.
Now?
You should know I'm moving faster than you. Oh, yeah? Well, until then, what's my name?
Oh! Eat it!
I have to say, that was cool.
Julian, look.
Gone?
The decay continues even after the tissue's dead. This is not a bacteria.
Or any other disease known to medical science.
Cover your mouth!
That was nasty.
No.
Tea latte for Joni. You know much of a coffee.
Look at all these black people. It's like a Tyler Perry movie now.
And he's probably pretty cute under that mask.
Yeah, I think so too.
Come on, Joni, honey, Kid Flash. He's a showboat. He's snapping selfies. He's leaving graffiti bolts on buildings. Okay, that's his signature move.
Yeah, well, from what I hear, the Flash is the one who's actually saving people.
Is my mom right? Who's the real hero? Flash?
Oh. Go right through him.
No, they just stopped. They disintegrated.
Stop. He's gone.
What is this portal all the villains like dip through like to just disappear?
Iris.
Wally, he needs to know.
Needs to know what?
And she looks amazing in those heels.
No, stop!
Oh!
Too late, Kid Flash. Me or her?
Really?
The decay is reaching her subcutaneous tissue.
Cut her arm up.
All right. What happened?
Yorkin went after her.
Why didn't you call
Okay,
me?
Rick.
Why? Where are you going?
Out of the way where I can't screw up again.
Oh god. Oh god. Howdy pout.
Understandable about because it feels like he wasn't.
Fast enough. Yeah.
You okay?
Every decision you make, a universe exists where you don't. Yeah, I actually went to that class.
You better be going to all your classes.
Okay, so if there's a universe,
Cool.
I'll take care of the rest.
Going to Flashpoint. Fine.
Cool and scary at the same time.
There we go.
I'm on it. You guys stay here and try to figure out how to catch somebody we can't touch.
Good point.
Freezing. Hey, it's the same train station that was in Arrow.
Yeah, they always use this train station.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Just a little bit longer. She's dead. How's that for changing the future?
I know who you are, Caitlin, and you do not want to do this. You can win this fight.
I like the effect of doing frogs, by the way.
Yeah. Really? Wait, how did we get from that point to the...
I'm kind of with you on this one. So the second train in
Yes.
hopped around.
He took the express train? I don't know.
I'll vibrate it fast enough that it can phase through this.
You can do that?
I don't know, I've never tried before.
is that even possible?
Yeah, shit!
If he does this,
This is gonna be dope. I don't think I've ever even seen this in the comics.
I've seen something like this counts, but not a train. did it with part of a plane. Speed with Wally.
What the fuck?
Come on, Wally. Help me if you need to.
The train looked like it was slowing down a bit though.
Yo.
What the fuck? No way!
That was not.
He's fighting through walls!
Good man.
Become the impossible.
Run. It worked. I did it.
You sure did.
Goodbye, Kid Flash. Oh, what? Look at that! Your powers are neutralized, Jorkin. What did you do? I won.
No punch. Yeah.
Look, I'm glad she comes first in your life now. If you're gonna date my daughter, that's the way it should be.
You're still a close second. Just at this hour?
Yes, there's still one Huskanata out there, and I intend to find him. Good night.
See that backside.
Do you want to get a drink?
Oh God, really? Did you just say this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I think
What
you
we find
just
out is
asked
Barry
me if
wakes up,
Caitlin.
and
Yeah.
this is actually
Caitlin like
Flashpoint.
dates everybody in her office.
Well, Cisco did offer to build us a custom security door, but we've both seen how well those things keep people out of Star Labs.
That's true.
Just with
Christ,
what
like.
happened
I know,
here, I
right?
want to
Even
make
with
sure
the
you feel
man, she's
safe.
still.
No, I'm talking about the apartment looks like it's straight out of
everything.
Cracker Barrel or something like IKEA, like amazing.
Sometimes it feels like the Flash is this guy my boyfriend becomes when he runs off to save other people. Like I'm the only one who doesn't get the Flash. He felt separate from you. Man, I love as a superhero.
That's what my girlfriend says about
I
me.
love and trust you, Barry. The Flash.
But replace
I
superhero
love all of
asshole.
you.
That was so nice.
I really need a big cast in the superhero CW show.
Yeah. Jesse!
Jesse! I just mentioned her.
What's wrong?
God, he's got my dad. He has him in Gorilla City.
Okay.
Oh,
Gorilla City!
Jesse!
So there you have it, folks. That was the latest episode of The Flash here in the last setup to Gorilla City. That's kind of the way this kind of. I mean, it was. I don't know. What do we think about this episode?
I like this episode.
Cool.
This episode had some powerful moments to it. Had me tearing up with the conversation with Joe, finding out that his daughter may potentially pass. That's hard because, a parent losing their child is never easy. But just the context itself was hard. Because dealing with trust and how do you deal with that situation.
And there was the mirroring of the fact that Iris might have died.
Yeah.
Right there on the table as well.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a shock. But that's good writing. I enjoyed that. I liked the episode. It had a few points where it was like, but all in all, it's a good episode.
One thing, here's the thing that comes to my mind. Maybe, you know what, I might save this one for the question of the video, so I'll come back to this one. It was about the Wally situation, the way they wrapped up at the end. I did like how they actually were able to do something with both Flashes. Like, I like the fact that they wrote it more as a team-up type of show, a team-up type of episode. Like, it wasn't just one. Like, it seems like in the previous episodes, they always just had it where okay, we have something we can do with one person, but we don't really, the other one's on the other side, busy or doing something. Like, I kind of liked, like, this was the first time we actually saw some sort of team up / mentoring type of deal. So
yeah, and Barry basically coming to grips with, hey, look, I need to actually be teaching you differently and inspiring you as opposed to just telling you what to do. And I like that because he's realized that I've been instructing you instead of teaching you. You know, because it's just like with any martial arts, you have instructors and you have teachers. Having a teacher is always a good thing because they're more involved, they are inspiring, they do try and find ways that fit to that student.
Right.
So I think the way that he has realized what he needs to do and what he needs to change, and he found that out on his own, was good, as opposed to everybody telling him, Barry, you should do this, you do this, because every time someone says, Barry, do this, he does the opposite. So him finding out what he needs to do on his own, I thought was a plus.
And it's interesting, through teaching or through mentoring, you also find faults on yourself and such, and like you're like, oh, that's what it meant when like I was doing the exact same problems or so. Right. So I think sometimes Barry sees a bit of himself in Wally as well,
which is a good thing because Barry has some very good traits, and Wally being very brave and somewhat, you know, impulsive, which is good in some instances, not all. I think it's a good trait that he has and a good way to show the dynamic between the two, because yeah, they both have the Speed Force, but they're not the same, and they handle situations differently, and I like that because it does make the writing more interesting, but as a viewer it makes it interesting for us because I can just do this.
I will.
And he doesn't do it.
So and what I will say is that this episode probably handled every character
better
very
than
well.
The other
right.
episodes.
Like everybody basically had something to do in this particular episode.
Yes.
And everyone had some form or fashion. The Flashpoint thing, phasing into Flashpoint, was a little strange.
Yeah, well, it was a little strange, and I think it was they did that midway when they realized some people don't know who these extra people that are dying are, so we need to explain that. Face the Flashpoint.
Right.
Because, you know, if you have to have your viewer go back and watch previous episodes, which I advise, but just not after each episode, it can be kind of frustrating.
No, I vaguely remember that scene. Actually, I think
I vaguely remember that scene, but as far as remembering,
no, I know exactly who you're right,
like,
right. And you know, we kind of talked about this before. Like, it's a little weird the fact that Barry can even remember Flashpoint. Like, this is kind of the plot whole
like
situation.
Before he was forgetting previous, but I think that's because the reality that he's in now is where he was technically supposed to be without the changes. The subtle changes that have happened, they're not good, but they're not affecting his memory to where he has memory loss. It's the only
But I mean, but he probably shouldn't. Like, or I kind of look at it kind of as in a dream situation. Like, it's like, or like kind of like Inception. Like when you're dreaming, you wake up and you kind of remember some of it.
You remember
like,
parts of it.
But sometimes Barry remembers that shit way too well. Sometimes, like, it's a little weird because that was one of the pinnacle things about Flashpoint was when he was living Flashpoint, he was forgetting his old life and such, his old memories. So I don't understand why it's not the opposite way.
Because they fused together. That's why he's able to remember parts of Flashpoint as well as his old, because he's rewritten
but if it
the
never
timeline and it's basically fused together.
But if it never existed,
well, it existed.
I kind of see what you're saying. Like, it's kind of like he kind of put a band-aid over it, like, so it actually happened anyways. Yeah. For him, it still happened, and he's just picking up from that point. Because exactly. He basically didn't go back in time. I mean, he did go back in time, or actually, Reverse Flash went back in time, fixed Flashpoint, but Barry still lived it in.
So he has those residual memories.
So he's the only one that remembers. It's a little. Okay, so because even in the comics, I think even in DC Rebirth, when Wally came back into function, Barry at first didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
it took a moment, and then he was just like, Barry? Oh shit! How could I ever? He was like Wally. How could I ever forget you like that? And
it's
it
like
started coming
those
back.
Residual
to him.
memories were gone for what was it, 10 years?
Right.
That's scary, man.
Right.
That's really scary.
You guys should check out the DC Rebirth. I had to drop it for a little while, but yeah, I did like that one episode, the issue.
I'll have a question about Rebirth later because I don't want to pull from this, but
Okay.
I do see what you mean with that correlation between Rebirth and this.
Right.
As far as the characters being used equally,
I thought it was.
I enjoyed
yeah.
that. Do you think any character needed to have more or less screen time? And how do you feel about Julian?
Well, I was gonna
Snow. Possibly.
I was gonna say Cisco was he didn't have a lot in this episode. It was just like, okay, I'm here. But at the same time, he had almost an entirely dedicated episode to him previously, so which helped in this particular episode. So I thought that was fine. And it's in a sense, Caitlin and Julian.
Weird. My feeling is what'll happen is Caitlin and Julian may kind of start to hit it off or get to the point where, well, maybe we could date or something, and then Robbie shows up.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, what is it with Caitlyn, like, dating everybody that works at that?
She's just had bad luck, man. Like,
So-
she's loved the same guy, and he's died on the show, what, twice?
True.
And then Jay
Jay died.
Not just died, but he was evil.
True.
It's like, she doesn't have a good track record. It's not that she's a bad person, she just has bad luck.
But maybe
But
that
even
is...
Cisco.
Right.
Hot girl, he liked her, stuff like that, and then she's like, yeah.
But she didn't.
sorry, I
They didn't
gotta
work
go.
in like.
Peace.
It just seems like
So it didn't
every
go anywhere.
person that joins Star Labs, Caitlyn ends up dating or something like
Yeah,
that.
and
even
Cisco
had a
is
thing
always
that-
with villains except Hot Girl.
True. I guess that's their thing, their
Yeah.
trait, basically. So
I feel sorry for her.
I should apply for Star Labs.
I really want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freeze my dick.
I really want Robbie to come back.
Really?
Robbie Amell. Yeah, I like this character. I like this character. I thought they could have done more with his character. That because as an actor, seeing him on other shows, I thought he's.
I thought he was good
range.
as Deathstorm or whatever the hell he was in Flashpoint.
That was cool.
Like I thought he was much what.
Thank you for mentioning that.
What?
Speaking of which, we will probably see him in the next episode
Gorilla City?
because he's evil.
No, he's dead. Zoom killed him.
Gorilla City is on another Earth.
No, Gorilla City.
Not on Earth 2.
It is.
They have one on another Earth.
No. Gorilla City is part of Earth 2.
It is, but remember, Barry has rewritten the timeline. So
Right.
it's possible that they could have Robbie there.
No,
Why?
because as far as I
Because he would be on
No.
that Earth and that timeline doesn't apply to a
right,
separate Earth.
as far as I remember, Flashpoint does not affect the other universes. Flashpoint only affects
Then so
because that was one of the things. That was
so
why
he'd be the good Robbie that's there on that Earth. The only reason I know
dead.
that it's
Just
spoiler,
Zoom is dead. Zoom killed him. That's it.
but that actor is coming back to the show.
What?
Or are they going to put him on Legends?
I don't know, but I mean, actually, now that I think of, where is Earth 2 Killer Frost? Like, is she around still? Right? Zoom killed Deathstorm,
Yeah.
but Earth
don't
2
remember.
Killer Frost is kind of running around or something.
Is she running around or did she die?
Right. Black Siren is now on Earth 1.
Yeah. Yeah, and
right.
she's been captured.
Right.
No,
Where,
she's...
where is Killer Frost? Earth 2 Killer Frost? Huh.
So
to look
that's
that one up.
question B
one of the
video.
One of the
Where's-
questions of the videos. What
where's
the hell
Earth 2
happened to
Killer
her?
Frost?
Yeah. She showed up for a while. She was on this season. No, she wasn't.
No, when it was this season, it was our...
Right. Already starting to change
yeah.
or something like that. Okay. And then Cisco, Earth 2 Cisco is the scientist, right? Like he's rich and blah blah blah.
He's
okay,
rich.
Okay.
Because the other Cisco was from a different... He was
Right.
from Earth 3.
So, but as far as I know, though, yeah, because that's the whole reason Jesse came back.
Yeah.
Because Jesse came to get help because there's a whole. They have a Gorilla City is like a whole like reserve for just, and that's where Ebarthon sent... No. That's where Earth 2, Wells, sent Grodd to go live and be happy. That. So I guess they had some sort of dispute or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Someone's holding a grudge.
Right. So
Gorilla grudge.
Gorilla-sized grudge. Let's go ahead and move on to the question of the video. So, this is in regards to that final fight. I don't know what it is about the Flash recently and like their final battles or whatever. Barry phasing a goddamn train was awesome. Though that one shot looked like the train was slowing down, but then it started speeding up suddenly. But it was kind of cool to see that.
I liked it.
Why the train didn't phase through the ground, I don't know, but like actually go through the ground or whatever. But regardless, it's TV.
Momentum.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Standing still maybe, but momentum.
So I get it. Phasing through, you go completely through. Okay? Walls, whatever, people.
Any molecule
whatever.
material.
Okay,
is
here's
awesome.
But here's the thing. This is the point I didn't get with Wally. I got the point that he cut himself and he was gonna put his DNA into that bad guy, whatever.
How did he get his glove back on in mid-run?
No!
Because that was an editing flaw that bugged me.
Okay,
he took the glove off, cut his hand.
No, my deal was like, okay, here's the deal. So, when he's phasing through, if he's supposed to phase through completely, how did any of his DNA get inside that guy?
What do you mean?
Because he was phasing through.
He phased it, but on the way, did you notice that when he was on the way out, his hand was still there? He left it there when he was going through. He technically kind of slowed down.
He slowed down a little bit.
Enough to leave the residual blood.
So he did like a... So his first time out, he was able to actually do like a Martian Manhunter, where occasionally in the comics or something, Martian Manhunter will actually grab somebody's heart and shit.
Yeah.
And
stop them from doing whatever they're doing.
Right, and then they pass out or whatever. So essentially, Wally kind of left some of his microscopic DNA in there, and see, TV,
I know it's TV
CW logic there. I was like, okay, I don't
because
know.
they're looking at it as they can't use any other material to inject them with because it'll just disintegrate before contact. Now, for me, is it that it'll disintegrate upon contact because he knows it's coming, or in general? That's, the coin toss theory. That's why they had to use the phasing technique, because they needed a catalyst to get him motivated enough to try it.
I get it.
Don't say I don't agree with it.
CW, guys, what's your explanation on how that all came about? That is the question of the video. How would you explain it and such? That's the thing that just kind of bothered me a bit. I'm like, okay, yes, I get it. You cut yourself. If you flung his blood or cut him open a little bit.
The blood means it'll disintegrate before contact.
Right.
Because it's almost like it has a barrier around
I get it. It was.
I don't like that.
Right.
But
he phased through and
Because it seems like it's one of those. Just is it a force field, so to speak, that goes around his entire body, and he doesn't have to be looking at you to activate it. Okay, then I can understand. All right, we need to find a different way to do it. Because otherwise, you're fast enough. Run behind him, and then just...
Because also, apparently, he stops momentum as well because of bullets. He stopped bullets. It disintegrated.
But he knew they were coming. So that's why I'm like, okay, if you're fast enough, go behind him, inject him, you're done. But if it's nothing can penetrate his skin or whatever, all right, fine, understand. It's one of those funky writing things.
Yeah, one of those things where we're trying to make way too much logic out of this idea of a man who can run fast. All right, guys. That is it for now, guys. Let us know what you think. Red Dread Nation, stand up, speak up. Let us know what you think about this. Make sure you check out DC Sun's channel as well. What have you been uploading recently?
Absolutely nothing. And reason being, I literally have a backlog of stuff to upload. I just haven't had the physical time to do it. I've been on and off set and from one location to another outside of some pretty big meetings and stuff with sponsors and so on and so forth because it's the beginning of the year. I've been bogged down.
Yeah.
So by the time I get back to the house, it's like midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, and either in the middle of editing something or just sitting down to take a breather, pass right.
I wonder if CW does these like once a month boxes and such, things like that. That'd be kind of cool. I would love
if
to
they
get like
don't, they should start.
I know. Start sending me shirts every month or something like that.
Shirts, stickers, anything they have to promote.
I always wanted
always
the
a good
Flash
thing.
Day poster, like with the
that's
season
from
2.
season 2. Yeah,
I always wanted to actually recreate the Flash Appreciation Day poster. Like I thought that'd be dope.
I think that it's cool because they did that in the
Harley
comic
Quinn.
books.
Right here, I was gonna put it somewhere around here, so I'm thinking about some stuff. Fan art, guys. PO box is open.
Yeah.
You can definitely send. Somebody sent me some.
Wanted to mention that fan art. Definitely send some over because outside of my older brother, also had another couple fans that did some fan art of us, and it was really good.
Right, Thunder Cream or something like that.
Yeah,
that was
Thunder
dope
Cream.
Actually.
That was
I
very
like
cool.
that.
Thank you. And,
I'm gonna start decorating back here. There's something else. And Arrow, the reactions. A lot of you guys were asking me about last week's Arrow reaction. As I've mentioned before, I only do the whole recording, the whole full-fledged editing process for mid-season, all the finales and premieres.
Opening mid-season.
Right. Exactly. So the next time will probably be or a crossover.
Yeah.
Or the next time will be the crossover or the season finale. But if you check now, my latest Arrow reaction is up there because that last couple minutes of Arrow was dope.
Yeah.
With Talia. That was awesome.
I have to say the last few minutes of Arrow and Legends was really good.
Right.
I was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. So I'm
Legends
hoping that momentum stays like on Legends because, well, the last episode was
hard to say. I think they would have to rename it Legion of Doom. The Legion
I'm
of
okay
Doom.
with that.
I would be so fine with that.
Legends of Tomorrow, and then
Featuring,
cross out the title and put Legion of Doom up there and like spray paint.
Legion of Doom featuring the Legends of Tomorrow, because that's all. I would love to see that show.
Cool. I really like how they did that.
I thought it was
what they did.
They even had a
a
Legion intro that was even awesome. He's
Yeah.
like, "My name is Damien Dark."
Yeah, that was cool. He's like, "Eat your heart out, Oliver."
Right. I thought that was awesome too. So I would like to see the bad guys take over that show. That would be pretty cool. They just need a Bizarro Supergirl. That would work. They had one for a while. Yeah. So bring her over.
Maybe a different.
There's something.
Maybe I wouldn't mind having a
Lex Luthor.
Black Adam on TV would be awesome.
Black Adam. Yeah. Let's see how The Rock does first. You're gonna mention one more thing about something about the show or something DC related. You didn't want to get off of the Flash for a second.
Rebirth. Titles. What are you reading, or what were you reading?
Batman and more Batman.
Only.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna have to get you on 2
Flash.
more
I
books.
read a bit. Yeah.
2 more books, and I'll discuss that with you later.
All right, we're out, guys.
Keep it
Peace.
super.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you